Hey, look, you found Waldo in the newscast, and this week I got a special spooky entertainment section just for you. And action! What would you do for love? Well, knowing that this is a horror movie, probably get all stabby-stabby on someone. Crimson Peak follows the aspiring writer Lady Lucille Sharp and Loki, who are madly in love. They run away to Loki's house on Crimson Peak, despite what Lucille's father says. Spoiler alert, for some reason it's not blood in the snow, but instead red clay that sleeps to the ground? Huh? That's not as spooky. Anyways, the story is as interesting as you think and thickens as the film goes on, and the special effects are pretty good. If you're starving for a horror film, this will tide you over for now. The jump scares will definitely get you, and the movie won't keep you up at night, but it's still pretty good. Crimson Peak is in theaters now. 50 strangers wake up in a strange room in a circle, each on their own platform with their own arrow pointing at themselves. Suddenly, one of them dies. 2 minutes later, another one bites the dust. They figure out quickly that they can use their hands to vote anonymously on who dies next, kind of in the fashion of voting someone off the island. This is the premise of the recent horror thriller Circle. Circle's an intense ride the whole way through, and although there's no blood or gore or spooky scary monsters, there's still a feeling of dread and terror. The movie throws surprise twist after surprise twist that will keep you on your toes the entire film, and even the ending will surprise you. This movie's definitely not for everyone, but I recommend checking out the full trailer to see if you'd be interested. If you enjoyed the premise of the Saw movies, you'll definitely enjoy this one. Circle is available for streaming on Netflix and Hulu+. Have you ever been making a family feel-good comedy movie about Christmas and then you thought to yourself, what would this movie be like if it were a horror film? But instead of making a whole new movie, you just kind of slapped it onto the one you were just making? If the answer is yes, then you have the plotline to Krampus. It all starts when the family, whose last name I'm sure is something generic like Smith or Jones, are having a wonderful time until the little kid tears up his letter to Santa and throws it out the window. I guess he got a sudden case of the Grinch, and apparently that's how you summon Christmas demons, because the whole town's power gets cut and the family's pursued by the evil Krampus, basically a reverse Santa. Instead of giving gifts, he takes your life! It seems that even horror movies can't escape the pre-Halloween Christmas decorations. I don't know what else to tell you about this one. It's such a weird concept that I'm pretty sure they won't be able to pull it off. If you wanted a horror comedy Christmas film, which admit it you did, you can see it opening night on December 4th. Let's shake it up a little bit and talk about a horror video game. Frictional Games, the people who brought you the physics-based puzzle adventure horror survival game in a castle called Amnesia: The Dark Descent, brings you Soma, a physics-based puzzle adventure horror survival game not in a castle. You play as Whiny McBrain Problems as he travels to the neurologist to get his brain scanned, only to wake up 100 years in the future, underwater in a rundown research center. You slowly figure out all what happened throughout the game as you learn more and more about what happened at the station, exploring and solving puzzles while avoiding spooky, scary monsters. The game has an atmospheric horror that provides a slightly different tone from Amnesia, and Soma has a lot of philosophical and existential questions that keeps you thinking long after the game is finished. You can download Soma on Steam now. It's time for some quick bits. Star Wars Episode 7: The Force Awakens will be available for streaming on Netflix. Sounds awesome, right? Well, joke's on you. It's only if you're in Canada for some reason. That's right, Episode 7 will be streamed Canada opening night on Netflix. Elizabeth Banks, the debut director of Pitch Perfect 2, has signed on to direct Pitch Perfect 3. In other news, there's gonna be a Pitch Perfect 3. Cinemax confirmed this news when they tweeted out to fans, "I can believe it! Elizabeth is back for Pitch Perfect 3. The musical comedy is set for a 2017 release." Thanks for tuning in to my spooky, scary Halloween horror special. It's time to get ready for Christmas. And cut!